Hello and welcome to episode number 8 of the Club Penguin podcast. I'm Kimbo8884. We have so much to get to this week. Club Penguin has really thrown everything at us with the future of the game and possibly even the death of the game. On Monday, I did record the episode of the Club Penguin podcast. However, that was before the big news came out about the closing of Club Penguin. So I decided to cancel that. We're going to make a brand new podcast. I didn't release one last week because people were pretty overwhelmed by the news, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time to release it. So the biggest news was Club Penguin on March 29th will be closing its doors. Its desktop version of the most popular virtual world in history will be closing on that day. There was so much that came out of this, and I can't wait to talk about it in the next segment. But this was huge news, probably the biggest piece of news, single piece of news we have ever seen from Club Penguin in their entirety. With that, a week before came the release date for Club Penguin Island, which is going to be March of 2017, which is what I predicted. I did predict in the March realm. So that was predicted for a lot of people, and it is going to happen in March. The February 2017 party was also announced in the Club Penguin closing blog post, though, and it's going to be the Waddle On party. That will be it will be the final party forever. Final party on Club Penguin, and that will run until March 29th. Then the Club Penguin app will also be closing. We did just learn this news a few days ago. The Club Penguin app will be closing on February 27th, which is a month and 2 days earlier than the actual closing of Club Penguin. Three other things. There's going to be a massive meetup that Meg is scheduling. She said on the Club Penguin blog comment, there'll be a massive meetup for everyone on March 24th. That will be basically the last hurrah, the last meetup that we will ever see. Updates. There were plenty of updates. We saw a new penguin, we saw a new furniture, Igloo catalog, we saw new music, we saw a new pin, we saw a new newspaper, and obviously a brand new party. This was on Tuesday, which was a day earlier than normal. We also are now able to tip the iceberg. That is some major news that came out after CP's closing and during the Waddle On party. For the first time ever, we were able to tip the iceberg. A myth is now becoming reality. We also get to that in another segment. First, I'd like to let's dive into Club Penguin closing. I will admit, when I heard the news on March 20th, it didn't blow me away per se. I just didn't expect that we were going to get the closing date this early. I thought we were going to get it a little bit later, possibly in late February. But no, they're giving us a 2-month advance before it does close. In fact, I couldn't believe what people were saying when they heard it. They were like, "Let's keep Club Penguin open. Let's save it. Let's do this. Let's get someone to buy it." Why would you want someone to buy a failing product of the last 3 years? It makes no sense. What people don't understand is Club Penguin is closing because they have to close, because they need to close. They need to open up something bigger and better, and that's what Club Penguin Island is. So the fact that someone would actually recommend someone save it or someone buy it or keep it open is absolutely ridiculous, because then that to me means you don't want to see it succeed, because it is not succeeding right now. It is failing. What it once was is not what it is now. It's because we have changed from desktop to mobile. But when I also saw some people more like me that were like, this is the start of something new, this is a new era, this means we're not going to see what we saw before. we are going into an era of mobile devices and VR and AR, something completely different for Club Penguin, and it's exciting. It's exciting to see it close, as weird as it sounds, because it's an end of an era. And it is sad. In a way, it is sad. In a way, it's happy because we know we're going to be moving on to something bigger and something better. Now, another thing I noticed from this announcement was the fact that March 29th is a weekday, which I thought was extra ordinary, just because I would have thought they'd want to do it on a weekend. But no, it's going to be on Wednesday, the 29th of March, which kind of sucks, because you want to come from school and you want to see it for the final time and all that. For other people, some people will be on spring break, but not everyone will be, including myself. But that was a little bit odd, I noticed. In there, they also explained the membership in the blog post about it closing. The membership process, that after January 29th, you will not be able to buy a membership in store or to redeem it, and also to do to buy online on clubpenguin.com. Also, any reoccurring memberships will not happen once the reoccurrence ends. For example, if your reoccurrence would start on February 14th, that means there will not be anything after that. You cannot renew it or do anything. So if you have a reoccurring going, then it's going to end the day the reoccurring process is supposed to begin. So if you do have that type of issue where it does reoccur, Club Penguin does say you can contact them for a refund and they'll work it out with you. Again, I thought it was an interesting time to announce it. I think it was a great time to announce it. It received so much publicity and so much so much clicks, I guess you could say, from these websites. Everyone was talking about it. All the big news sites, all the mid-range news sites were talking about it. Even some bigger news sites, a lot of bigger news sites were, but not like CNN or Fox News or NBC, but just a little bit below that, they were all talking about it. YouTubers were talking about it. We had PewDiePie, we had FaZe Apex, we had Lachlan. Those three main YouTubers were made videos about it. Particularly FaZe Apex, he made a video about his final time playing it, because he has an entire series. It was an incredibly funny series about Club Penguin, and many people were joking with him that what are they going to do with the channel now? But it is his most popular series, believe it or not, is doing Club Penguin. It does make fun of the game, but it is really funny. But it just shows you big YouTubers, big news sources are making a big news about it, and Disney did the right thing by releasing it now to get the word out about Club Penguin Island and about the feature of the game, that people can start to play that. And I think that it's a great thing that Disney brought it out now and not a month from now. And hopefully the people hearing about Club Penguin Island will play it on whenever it launches, whatever date. Next thing I do want to talk about is the one-on-one party. It's not a great party, obviously, but it's the final one, and it's really I think what Club Penguin wanted to do is keep it pretty original, as far as keeping everything that Club Penguin is the same without totally decorating the entire island, which I get and I do miss. We really have not seen the regular Club Penguin Island in a long time, and I appreciate them doing that. It looks nice and everything. I love the trivia that goes with it. I love the free items that go with it, even though they're not going to be in anything a month, 2 months from now. But I think the party is structured well. I did come up with a lot of glitches at first, but I think people are seeing and enjoying it for the final time as something that Club Penguin wanted to do. And I do believe that it didn't need to be the most spectacular party in the world. By no means is it, but it didn't need to be. I think the snow fort is beautifully designed. It's going to go on down as part of the iconic image that leaves Club Penguin like that. It's going to be a sad day. It really will be on March 29th. It's the end of 11 years, almost 11 and a half years of a virtual world that many people's childhoods have been affected. Millions of people's childhoods have been affected by. And I think the Wall On Party is a great way to go out. I also want to talk about tipping the iceberg. It has been a myth for years. People used to say that they used to just come on to see if you could tip the iceberg. There was teasers of it in Club Penguin videos that they made on the YouTube channel. There has been every joke, every tease, everything imaginable for the iceberg. And finally, after 11 years, we are able to tip the iceberg. And if you don't know how, go to tkcbg.com, and the first link on there will be a guide to tip the iceberg. And when you do tip the iceberg, it is really cool because it flips 180, and you get to see this dance pad type dance floor come up, and you get to party and get the free item, and there's a nice little quote that they leave there too. It's nothing that I would expect the iceberg tipping to be, but getting everyone there to wear, the hard hats and to get your jackhammer to drill the iceberg, I think that's a fantastic aspect of tipping the iceberg. I absolutely love the fact that that Club Penguin included this for the final time before they have a major send-off here on March 29th. I do want to touch back real quick on this closing of Club Penguin because it's super significant to me, and I think to a lot of people that is happening. But I do want to say to those who are sad about it, don't be. Those who are who want to quit or whatever, don't. Because I think Penguin Island needs your help, and and if it gets our help and it gets what it needs, then it will flourish like Club Penguin did. They're going into a new era. They're going into something brand new, exciting. I feel it. I can tell it's going to be exciting. I know Club Penguin knows what they're doing. I hope they execute it right. I hope Disney executes it right. And just because ClubPenguin.com is closing doesn't mean Club Penguin is ending for all. There is something new. It is something exciting. It's something brand new. And frankly, it's better than Club Penguin. It's more exciting. It's not as dull in graphics wise. It's 3D, it's interactive, it's friendly. Yes, it does. It is going to lack a few things that ClubPenguin.com had, or that ClubPenguin.com had, and what made it Club Penguin. But Club Penguin Island's gonna have so much more to offer, and they're going to add more things in the future. There's gonna be things adding on and on and on and on to build it into something even greater than what it is now. And I'm really excited to see what it grows into months from now, years from now, hopefully. So, our story of the week. Didn't really have a story of the week this week, but I do want everyone to check out TomIsino1.com. They write some great articles. Thomasino1 writes some great articles about anything really. I couldn't really pick one. Some were too old to put on, I think. But it's great articles about Club Penguin in general. He has some great opinions out there, and just some really good factual information to get up to date on things. Now, let's get to the Twitter Q&A this week. Our first question is, what is one non-member or member item that you don't have that you wish you could have on Club Penguin? One I wish I could have is the relay. That's something that signifies basically how old you are on Club Penguin. But not only that, but it's such a special item that you see a lot that I wish I could also have, because it just signifies a lot when you see someone have it on, and that's what I love about it. I do wish I had the beta hat as well. I think a lot of people would say that. it just signifies how old you are. It's so special. It is so unique. You can't get it any other time. Back in 2013, which monitor was your favorite back in 2013? That would be Ninja. Was my favorite. He was just a really cool guy to be with back in 2013. He was someone that was pretty interactive with us, and that I wish we would have more interaction now, but we don't. Another question: if CP were to start selling merch again, what kind of merch would you want to see? Well, first off, if CP started merch again, I would not buy it. Mainly because I almost feel it's a gimmick. But not only that, but I'm too old for it anyways. I wouldn't need it. I have no use for it. It'd be a waste of money for me. Not everyone's not a waste of money. But I highly advise they don't do it, because I think it'd be a complete fail unless the game gets super, 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 super popular. But I doubt it will. What I'd probably say they should bring. They should probably market the emojis or the emotes they're using on Coupon Island right now. Market those, bring back minifigures and stuff, and like that. Don't bring back plushes, that's a waste, I think, now. Don't bring back books either. But I think if you do a small selected things like the minifigures, and I think doing something with those emotes, you can put them in plush form, I guess. I guess that would be the only way. Or making even stickers or something like that. I think that would be a neat way to market it. Now, question is favorite Coupon minigame, and share one fun moment you had with it. My favorite Coupon minigame is Kart Surfer, and probably my most fun moment is getting the stamps for it. And I still don't have all of them. I think I have every single stamp but one, but those are some fun moments, just trying to get coins and doing that all at the same time. Next question is, what are your thoughts when you first played Coupon? When I first played Coupon in April 6, 2010, my first thoughts were, wow, this is super fun. You can play games, you can chat with people, you can see different people's igloos. It was just so surreal at first. It was just really fun. And that is one thing that is hard to put into words, fun. And that is one thing the game has lost, is fun. And that is one thing CPI has gained, is fun. And when you first log into Coupon Island, or someone that's going to be for the first time ever logging into it, is going to be fun. And that's an important aspect to Club Penguin. And I am glad Club Penguin Island is going to be adopting that. It's basically making Club Penguin fun again. What do you think about the cost of the membership? So the cost of the membership is going to be $6.99, which is $1 less than it currently is. I don't believe they should be even pricing the membership that high. Is way too high. It works for desktop somewhat. It has not been working the last 3 years, I can tell you that. But no, I don't like it. They should not be charging people like that. $99 a month, I could see, or you pay $10 a year, I could see. But the problem is, the thing is here, what everyone has to think about is you're reaching out to more people with mobile, and you shouldn't be making the price that. You should not be making it that price. And I think I'm going to be making a few posts and something about it, but Coupon not going to do well if they keep it at this price, because people don't want to pay. People who play mobile don't want to pay that much. It is evident by other games they do not want to pay this much. If it was, then every single game would be doing it, but they don't, and I have a feeling that it's not going to go well. Now, if it is, now they didn't say monthly that it was going to be $6.99. Meg said it was $6.99 starting price, and then it would vary. So that's why I assumed it was going to be vary between other things. So that's why I just assumed it was going to be that much a month. So and most likely it will be. But if they can make it a certain amount a year, yes, that would be fine. But a month, not going to work. Final one is also, what is your outlook on numbers not being able to wear anything? That is awful. Again, if you're going to make the membership that expensive, if you're going to make people pay for it monthly, at least give non-members a chance to have something. You're going to have a ton of people not wanting to pay for membership. A ton of people not want to pay. And you're just going to drive people insane, and you're going to drive them out of the game. And once you drive them out of the game, it's going to be hard to bring them back. So I recommend that they reevaluate that. Disney reevaluates what they're doing with that. Because you can make a lot more money if you just pay, if you do a yearly thing. They're not going to have you pay for the app, but if you do a yearly in-app purchase, to me, that would make more sense. Now, if they also did something to where you paid for it once, and that was it. If you paid even 20 would be fine, but if you paid 15 one time, once, I'd see that working, but they have to be careful. This is a tricky business, mobile gaming and mobile anything, really, any app. Tricky business to get people to buy, because people, again, don't want to buy. And people are more willing to buy it off with computer virtual worlds than they are to go on an app. As weird as that sounds, it is very, very true. And I've seen it firsthand. Okay. My takeaway from the week is it is a fresh start. This is a fresh start for Club Penguin. Get ready. Lots are going to change. Big news already out. This is probably going to be the first of a few major news weeks, news cycles we're going to be seeing out of Club Penguin. And I'm really excited to see the future of the game. Before we go, though, TKCPC reached 1 million last week. And in that video, I addressed it. But thank you, everyone, for visiting the website. I couldn't appreciate it anymore. I mean, I can't even tell you how much gratitude I have towards everyone who's visited the website. All 1 million views have it's felt great. The entire team feels good. We're feeling very good with what we have coming out soon, and we're gonna have an announcement on the date. We're gonna announce it very, very soon, so look out for that. Once that does come out, though, once our new website design comes out, we're gonna be rocking and rolling for Club Penguin Island. Really excited to see what's in store for our team, because we've had some major discussions in the last week, and we are ready to go with Club Penguin Island. Well, for now, keep in mind, Club Penguin's closing, but Club Penguin Island is opening this March. Everything happens this March. The future depends on it this March. Thank you for listening, everyone. I will see you next week for episode 9. Hope you enjoy your week. And for now, waddle on.